Tonight on Carolina News. South Carolina's men's basketball team lost its 6th in a row Wednesday night, but hear how the NCAA is making life even tougher for the Gamecocks. A 5-point staple was canceled again this year.
When it comes to the realization you're not going to be able to have that, it's just kind of like a kick in the stomach.
Why your St. Patrick's Day will be a little less lucky. And Post Malone only wants to be with you. How the rapper's remake of a Columbia Legends hit song is helping celebrate Pokemon. This and more, today on Carolina News.
From the University of South Carolina, your news, your sports, your weather. Carolina News begins now.
Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Riley Biller.
Yes, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Logan Jennis. February has been a rough month for the South Carolina's men's basketball team. The Gamecocks haven't won a game since February 3rd.
But things just got even worse for the Gamecocks with the NCAA sanctioning the team. Our Madeline Stewart is live at Colonial Life Arena with why there's going to be a microscope over the program for the next 2 years.
Thanks, guys. The NCAA has accepted the University of South Carolina's self-imposed penalties for an investigation of a men's basketball staff member dating back to 2017. The investigation addressed allegations that a former assistant coach accepted bribes from a professional sports agent in exchange for access to student athletes with NBA potential. The men's program has avoided any major NCAA penalties, but the question remains, will these penalties and the legacy of the investigation have a lasting impact on the men's basketball program? From August 2015 until March 2016, assistant men's basketball coach Lamont Evans accepted bribes from an agent associate totaling somewhere from $3,300 to about $6,000. Evans then left the university in April 2016 and refused to cooperate in the investigation, leading to more violations. Host of 107.5 The Game, Tim Hill, says that the penalties are likely not the biggest obstacle for recruiting in the future.
The fact that there were no scholarships taken away, I think, is the best example that this won't really affect Gamecock basketball recruiting. It certainly won't affect it any more than this disappointing season and kind of where the program is in general right now.
The penalties that the men's basketball program must face starting today include 2 years of probation, a $5,000 fine, and restrictions on recruiting that include limited opportunities for visiting events and phone communications. Executive Associate Athletics Director Charles Bloom said that the integrity of the program shouldn't be affected by this investigation.
I think our fan base and people don't have to worry about the integrity of our program. You know, that, like I said, this is an isolated incident with one person who's no longer in the program, and we'll move forward.
Like Bloom said, the USC men's basketball program should not be affected by this investigation in the long run, but only time will tell if and how that will happen. Reporting live from Colonial Life Arena for Carolina News, I'm Madeline Stewart.
Thanks, Madeline. Hopefully our weather this week is just a bit better than the Gamecock men's basketball team's recent penalties.
That's right, and hopefully only good weather to come. Meredith McIntyre is over at the Kennedy Greenhouse Garden with your first forecast. Meredith?
Thanks, guys. That's right. I'm out here, and it's actually getting a little chilly. Some raindrops ahead, but don't worry, there's going to be a wonderful warm weekend ahead, so I hope you have some great weekend plans to get outside. I'll tell you more about that later in the show. Back to you guys.
If you're planning to go down to 5 Points this St. Patrick's Day, you're going to have to think again. The festival that usually attracts crowds over 30,000 celebrating everything green and Irish was canceled this week. Our Dylan Leatherwood takes a look on what we should expect downtown on March 17th.
For the second time in as many years, the 5 Points St. Patrick's Day celebration and festival has been canceled. And while many businesses decline to talk about the decision, disappointment is in the air.
This is what a St. Patrick's Day at 5 Points used to look like, but now March 17th is supposed to look like just another day at 5 Points during the pandemic. While he saw this decision coming, Steve Cook, the president of the 5 Points Association, can't help but feel disappointed for others and himself.
Yeah, there's a lot of health complications, obviously, but missing out on these kind of celebratory events and having people come together, I mean, it really does have an impact on people's psyche long term. When it comes to the realization you're not going to be able to have that, it's just kind of like a kick in the stomach.
However, University of South Carolina student Kayla DeToma believes there will still be a crowd due to the bars being at 100% capacity on St. Patrick's Day. It just won't be a family-friendly crowd without the festival.
Like families and kids and stuff like that won't be here, but it'd just be a whole bunch of college kids. So, and they do whatever they want, so.
But Steve Cook is confident that St. Patrick's Day will be safe as any other day in 5 Points, especially with the lift of the 11 p.m. bar curfew, which he views as one of the biggest problems with social distancing in 5 Points.
That, to me, is one of the main problems with crowding in 5 Points, is that you're jamming everybody in there in a very small period of time.
For Carolina News, I'm Dylan Leatherwood.
Cook is hoping that in 2022 the festival can happen next year and that the people of Columbia can come together. Well, St. Patrick's Day is looking different because of the safety concerns, but good news for other big events just came in from the governor's office. Governor Henry McMaster is lifting safety restrictions for large gatherings Monday. He's also removing the last call order, which ended alcohol sales after 11 p.m. McMaster said the move is because of the increasing vaccinations and decreasing COVID numbers.
After unanimously passing in the state Senate earlier this month, the teacher vaccine bill is stalling in the House and may be dead soon. Senate Majority Leader Shane Massey tweeted that the House's inaction essentially kills the bill. He also blamed Governor McMaster for the bill's not advancing. McMaster has opposed moving teachers up in the vaccine process, saying others need it first.
While most gyms are back open, some people aren't comfortable enough to work out in person.
Our Danielle Reeder has more on how
Gyms
people are
across
finding new
America
ways to
are
work
back.
up a sweat.
And people are getting back in the rhythm of completing their daily workouts, despite the effects of COVID-19. With in-person workouts being socially distanced, bar instructor Andrea Martin says that her workouts have had little impact.
It's kind of an escape from all of the crazy that's happening out there. So I don't really feel like it's, other than just the logistical things that are kind of different everywhere you go, it's still just as great as it always was, in my opinion.
Great enough that some participators say that they feel accomplished.
It's my place to relax and reward myself for all the hard work, and it makes me confident and I leave feeling really fulfilled.
Whether you're attending the gym after a day at the office or from the comfort of your own home, COVID-19 has given virtual workouts an option for those who are not comfortable in a large setting. Virtual workouts are an alternative way to complete a daily workout. And according to Forbes and MindBody, 73% of consumers are using pre-recorded video and 85% are using live stream classes. With the increased use of virtual workouts, Martin feels that it has been a positive adjustment for those who do not feel comfortable coming in the studio.
It gives people the option. I think the cool thing too is that with the virtual classes, you can do them anywhere, you know?
Anywhere that makes you feel safe and comfortable. For Carolina News, I'm Danielle Reeder.
If you're wanting to burn calories but are not comfortable attending a gym, you can find workout videos of your choice on YouTube or ask your local gym if they offer virtual classes.
A 70-year-old man who went missing from his assisted living facility this morning was found safe. Wayne Harris was reported missing from the Mill Creek Manor Senior Living Facility at 4:30 this morning, but by 9 a.m., Richland County Sheriff's deputies said Harris was located and doing well.
A 91-year-old South Carolina man is showing it's never too late to get your degree. Clarence Bush recently received an honorary high school degree from Silver Bluff High School this week. Bush dropped out of school in the 3rd grade to help take care of his family. He was the first black person to open a business in his hometown of New Ellington. Bush says he thought this day would never come. President Joe Biden took his first major action as commander-in-chief last night.
Coming up on Carolina News, how the president reacted to growing tensions in the Middle East. Stick with us.